Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today, we're taking a look at an application that needs no introduction. In fact, it's probably already open and ready to go in your taskbar. That's right, we're looking at Notepad. While this program may seem pretty basic, there's actually more to it than meets the eye. In this video, we'll cover what Notepad is, how to use it, some basic functions and uses for this program, and then take a look at some hidden settings you might not know about. Let's get started. So first off, what is Notepad? Well, Notepad is a simple text editor that's included with Microsoft Windows. So whether you're on Windows 10 or 11, Notepad comes pre-installed with your operating system. It's been part of Windows since 1983, so almost 40 years. But it remains one of the most basic yet useful programs for those who work with plain text. Notepad supports basic text formatting, such as changing the font size, but doesn't have advanced formatting capabilities like bold, italics, underline, or different fonts within the same document. Notepad is great for creating simple text files or for viewing and editing files that were created in other programs. Because Notepad uses minimal system resources, it opens quickly and responds well, even when dealing with very large files. The Notepad interface is simple and easy to use. The menu options are straightforward and include all the basic functions you need to work with your text files. Now that we know what Notepad is, let's learn how to access it. If you're running Windows 10 or 11, here's how to find Notepad. Click the Start button, then type Notepad in the search bar that appears. You should see the Notepad app show up as one of the best match results. Clicking on it will open a blank Notepad window. You can also open Notepad by pressing the Windows and R keys simultaneously on your keyboard. This opens the Run box. Then type Notepad and press Enter. Lastly, you can right-click anywhere on your desktop or inside any folder. Choose New and select Text Document. This will create a new text document and automatically open it in Notepad. Now, let's go over some of Notepad's basic functions and how to use them. First, let's go over some file operations. These allow you to create, open, save, print, and close Notepad documents. Some of these functions have keyboard shortcuts, which is a standard among most text editors and is something that will help you work with Notepad more efficiently. First, to create a new Notepad document, simply open Notepad, which we already covered earlier. You can also use the Ctrl+N shortcut. Next, to open a file in Notepad, click File from the menu bar, then select Open, or use the Ctrl+O shortcut. Navigate to the location of the file you want to open and select it, then click Open. To save a file, click File from the menu bar, then select Save. Or you can use the Ctrl+S shortcut. If you want to save the file under a different name or in a different format, click File, then select Save As. This opens the Save As window where you can choose the location and file name. Lastly, to print a file, click File, then select Print or use the Ctrl+P shortcut. Next, let's cover some editing functions. These allow you to undo changes, cut, copy, paste, delete, select all, and find and replace text within a document. To undo changes, use the Ctrl+Z shortcut. To cut text, use the Ctrl+X shortcut. To copy text, use the Ctrl+C shortcut. To paste text, use the Ctrl+V shortcut. To delete text, simply highlight the text you want to delete and press the Delete key on your keyboard. To select all the text in a document, use the Ctrl+A shortcut. To find text within a document, click Edit from the menu bar, then select Find, or you can use the Ctrl+F shortcut. Type the text you're looking for in the box that appears, then click Find Next. To replace text in a document, click Edit from the menu bar, then select Replace, or use the Ctrl+H shortcut. Type the text you're looking to replace and find what box. Then type the text you'd like to replace it with in the Replace With box. Then click on Replace All or simply Replace. To go to a specific line or character in a document, click the View menu, then select Go To or use the Ctrl+G shortcut. Simply type the line number or character location in the box that appears and click on Go. Next, let's cover a couple of view options. These allow you to adjust how Notepad displays text in a document. First, Word Wrap. This option determines if Notepad should make the text in the document wrap to the next line if it reaches the end of the window. 2. Enable Word Wrap. Click the View menu, then select Word Wrap. This option is enabled by default. To disable Word Wrap, uncheck the option. Next, Font. This option allows you to change the font of the text in a Notepad document. Keep in mind that this only affects how the document is displayed and doesn't affect the saved file itself. To change the font, click the View menu, then select Font. Use the options in the font window to change the font style, size, and other properties. Then click OK to apply the changes. Lastly, Status Bar. This option determines if Notepad displays the line and column position in the status bar at the bottom of the window. To enable the status bar, click the View menu, then select Status Bar. This option is disabled by default. To disable the status bar, uncheck the option. Now that we've gone over some of the basic Notepad functions, let's go over some advanced uses for this program. Notepad might seem really simple, but it has some unexpected uses that can be helpful in certain situations. For example, despite its basic nature, many people still use Notepad for writing and editing code. This can be for HTML, batch files, configuration files, and other types of code. Notepad can also be used for creating simple documents without any formatting. If you want to write something that just needs to be plain text, Notepad is a great tool for that. Another use for Notepad is viewing and editing system files. For example, Notepad can be used to view and modify the hostess file, which is a system file that controls how your computer resolves host names. This can be useful for those who want to block ads or prevent certain websites from loading. Notepad can also be used to remove formatting from text that was copied from another source. For example, if you copied something from a website that was bolded or italicized and you want to remove the formatting, you can paste the text into Notepad and then recopy it to remove the formatting. Of course, Notepad is great for writing quick notes, which is probably how most people use it. But it's worth mentioning that Notepad can also be used for creating total lists, writing scripts, and even as a simple journal. Now, let's go over some technical details about Notepad. This will cover the file format, maximum file size, encoding options, and other technical aspects of this program. First, file format. Notepad saves files in plain text format. This means that the files don't contain any formatting or special characters. Files saved in Notepad can be opened in any other plain text editor. By default, Notepad saves files in rich text format, but you can change the default file format in settings. Next, maximum file size. Traditionally, Notepad had a maximum file size of around 58 kilobytes. This was because Notepad was limited to displaying 64K of data. However, modern versions of Windows can handle much larger files in Notepad. There's no official limit, but Notepad will eventually reach system limitations when handling large files. Lastly, encoding options. Notepad supports several encoding options, including ANSI UTF-8, Unicode, and Unicode Big Endian. By default, Notepad uses the system default encoding. Now, let's go over some alternatives to Notepad. While Notepad is a great program, there are some alternatives that might be worth checking out. First, Notepad++. While this isn't a part of the Microsoft Windows apps, it's still a great alternative to Notepad that's available for free. It has more advanced features than Notepad, making it a better choice for coding and other tasks. Another alternative is WordPad. WordPad is a basic, rich text editor that's included with Windows. It has more advanced formatting options than Notepad, but it's still much simpler than Microsoft Word. Lastly, the new Notepad in Windows 11, while it's not yet available for Windows 10. The new Notepad in Windows 11 includes some modern features that improve the user experience. For example, it includes tabs, which makes it easier to work with multiple documents. Thanks for watching. Okay? As you can see, Notepad is a really simple yet powerful tool. Whether you're using it for coding, writing documents, or just taking notes, Notepad is a great tool to have in your arsenal. If you enjoyed this video, please do a like,